I've been using this iPad Air 4 for more than a week now, and this is my thoughts as a college student and review about this device. So let's get right into it. Since Apple finally redesigned their new iPad Air, this iPad Air 4 shares the same design language from iPad Pro 11-inch model, which makes them sleek, modern, and minimalist design, which makes them super cool looking. They also have the same function as iPad Pro, so they have a smart connector in the back and they have a USB Type-C. USB Type-C. Also, this iPad Air 4 comes in 5 colorways, and your boy copped that sky blue, and to be honest, the sky blue isn't that super deep blue like the iPhone 12, but it's still kind of new and still kind of different, so I still loving it. Even this iPad Air 4 is lacking some sort of feature from iPad Pro, this iPad Air 4 is still packed with awesome features. The battery life of this iPad is just fantastic. I can easily hit 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, and sometimes if I don't play any games and stuff, I can hit 8 hours of screen time easily. And since Apple includes 20-watt fast charger in the box, I only have to charge it in the morning or before I go to sleep, and it will work totally fine throughout the day. Yes, they include a 20-watt fast charger in the iPad Air 4. Thank you, Apple. Also, the speaker on the both sides of this iPad Air 4 is really good. Even though they only have 2 speakers compared to the 4 speakers of iPad Pro, I think iPad Pro and iPad Air 4 speaker is one of the best speakers on like the tablet, smartphone type of stuff. You know, it's very loud, very clear, and the sound is just nice. When it comes to the main camera, this 12 megapixel f1.8 main camera on this iPad Air 4 is totally useful, and you can shoot some good videos and good photos. Oh shoot. Also, this 7 megapixel selfie camera on this iPad is totally useful for a FaceTime call or video conference. I mean, it's really good quality, but I won't personally use it for like shooting videos for my YouTube channel or, you know, kind of using on other stuff. But still pretty good. But please don't be that person who just like, you know, chunk it out iPad out of nowhere and start taking photo, because you look really ridiculous. Another great thing about this iPad Air 4 is the chipset. The newest A14 Bionic chip is snappy, fast, and even this iPad Air only have 4 gigs of RAM. I never had any problem with it. I had no lags on any apps. I was easily able to edit on my Affinity Photo on this iPad, and I was able to play game, and I could even edit my 4K footages from this Sony Alpha 7 III using LumaFusion on this iPad, and I had no issue with it. I know the A12Z chip and iPad Pro performs a little bit better than this iPad Air 4. They have a little bit more RAM, they have a little bit more GPU performance, and they have 8 core compared to 6 core of A14. I don't really want to get into super technical stuff in this video, but I'll say that for most of people who buying this iPad Pro or iPad Air 4, we will not able to use the full potential of these devices. I mean, if you're like a super complex 2D graphic designer, or if you do like a very complex editing on like a LumaFusion and stuff, you will not use the full potential of this device. So for everyday users like us, people just use it for like presentation, or people just use it for college lectures, I'll say that iPad Air 4 A14 Bionic chip is very snappy, and for everyday users, it will fulfill us a lot. This iPad Air 4 have a 10.9-inch beautiful liquid retina display with 500 nits of brightness and great color accuracy. Even though the iPad Pro's screen brightness is 100 nits more than this iPad Air 4, most of the time we will probably use this iPad Air in indoors or in the college classroom, and I was using this iPad Air 4 in the train, in a cafeteria or school cafeteria. I didn't really have any problem when it comes to screen brightness. The screen is totally bright enough for me, and I was totally fine with it. Okay, so if you're a student like me, I think keyboard and Apple Pencil is a must-have items. These items will make your iPad 1000% more useful and way more productive. I know Apple's official keyboards such as SmartFolio Keyboard and Magic Keyboard, I know they are good and they look good too, but they are freaking expensive. Luckily, when it comes to Bluetooth keyboard, there are so many awesome alternatives on Amazon, and my favorite is this Logitech K380. This is a very compact $39 keyboard, and this thing served me for like 3.5 years with no problem. I finally broke them. I can't press E on this keyboard, but it took me 3.5 years to break it, so I think this is pretty good keyboard, and I will link in the description so you guys can check it out. And this keyboard is very compact as well, so you can like, you know, take it to anywhere, and I like this keyboard. However, when it comes to stylus pen, you only have one choice, which is this Apple Pencil 2nd generation. I know there's like some alternative on Amazon, but I think you cannot go wrong with this 2nd gen Apple Pencil. even they cost like 150 bucks, which is pretty freaking expensive, but this thing will change your iPad game. Since I started using my iPad Air 4 with this Apple Pencil 2nd generation, I stopped using my paper notebooks to take my notes, which is just so awesome and less bulky in my backpack. I feel like most of people who use this iPad, they use their iPad like a laptop, but for me, I value this Apple Pencil more than ever since I use them every single day. Whether I'm editing photos, taking notes, scripting, or drawing this thing right here. I feel like this function of writing something down or drawing something down on iPad boosts my memorization when it comes to learning vocabulary or taking notes for a lecture, or drawing something down for something creative such as like graphic designing or just like photo editing in general. But you have to notice that since this iPad Air's refresh rate is 60 Hz, even the touch responsive time is same as iPad Pro, you might feel a bit late if you're writing or drawing something down very fast. If you're not writing something down or drawing something down super fast, you won't notice the frame drop of 60 Hz compared to ProMotion display. So when you're writing something down just normal speed, you feel like you're writing something down on a piece of paper, which is pretty awesome. And since this iPad Air 4 is very thin and light compared to other laptops, I don't need to be sitting on my desk to do a work or taking an online college lectures. I can literally do all of these stuff from comfort of my couch or just walking around the room. I don't have to be sitting on my desk, which is just lovely since I have a lower back pain. Ouch. Okay, but everything is not perfect, you know? Most of the video conferencing apps such as Zoom or Microsoft Teams, you will not able to use your selfie camera when you turn on the split screen. So if you want to take notes and have a Zoom call at the same time for your college lecture, you will not able to turn on your selfie camera and teacher will be very suspicious about you. Touch ID on this iPad Air 4 is less functional than your typical iPhone's Touch ID. It's kind of hard to unlock it when you first time using it because you have to rest your finger on top of the button to open it, which is kind of weird movement, but eventually you will get used to it. Also, since this Touch ID is on top of the power button, it's kind of hard to unlock it when you're using like a desktop model because the button is on the side and you have to kind of angle your fingers. It's just weird. If you're holding the actual tablet and you want to unlock it, it's very fast and very easy. But if you're having the desktop, it just, the placement is kind of weird. The last thing I don't like about this iPad Air 4 is the storage option. They only have 64 gig and 256 gigs. I mean, bro, where's 128? Like, I think 128 gig is the best like storage option for almost every single person, but they don't have it 64 and 256, and the 64 gigs running for $599, which is very awesome. But if you bump it up to 256, it will cost you $749, which is 150 bucks different. You can buy a good chunk of accessory with 150 bucks different, or you can just buy this like Apple Pencil if you get the 64 gig model and it will be the same price as the 256. So it's really up to you, but I really wish that Apple would include the 128 gig model because I will totally get that one. Anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button, and if you guys want to see the real day in the life usage of this iPad Air 4, please hit the video right here. And if you guys want to see my unboxing and first impression of this iPad Air 4, please click the video right here. I will leave my playlist right here, and please check out my channel. Anyway guys, I'll see you guys next time. My name is Peace Gates, and you guys already know. Peace out guys.